All right, hello everyone. I just wanted to take a few minutes to thank you for your incredible engagement with this year's parent survey. And in this video, I want to go through some of the findings and what we're looking to try and develop across the Academy as a result. So to begin with, I want to thank you all because we had 142 families respond, and that's the most we've ever had at KCA. And it's really helped paint a rich and honest picture of where we are as a school. And what I'll do now is just go through what you told us is going particularly well. So things that stood out for us were that 97% of you, and that included anyone who gave a neutral response, 97% of you said that your child is happy at King's Cross Academy, and 95% of you said that they feel their child is safe at the school, and that means so much to us because ultimately what it comes down to is making sure that the children want to come to King's Cross Academy. That's such an important element to a successful schooling. Many of you spoke in the open text comments about children coming home excited about their learning, becoming more confident, developing resilience, and ultimately building stronger friendships across the academy. One parent left a lovely text comment which said that their child walks into school with pride and joy, and quite honestly, that captures the heart of what we're aiming to achieve. You've all shared stories in the text comments as well about how staff, and it really was all staff, teachers, TAs, coaches and the office team have gone above and beyond to support children, which is obviously brilliant for us to read. Moving on, 88% of you told us that your child is doing well academically and that you've seen clear progress. And again, through the open text comments, we were able to identify that this was mainly in reading, phonics, writing and creative areas such as art and music. Families with children who have SEND needs also recognise the difference made by our pastoral and teaching teams, and that was particularly evident in early years when our key workers and our SENCO were mentioned for their care and insight. This year we have offered more clubs and trips than ever before. We've had events like the Camden Music performance at the Royal Albert Hall. We've introduced our project initial experiences, and we've also had our re-established pupil parliament, and they all really stood out in the open text comments. One parent quoted, "My child has found their voice through the extended opportunities at KCA. It has given them real purpose." Although there's many positive things to share, of course, we're really focused on what we can be doing better. And there was some really helpful comments in this area. So we know that families are looking to have more music options as extracurricular activities. And specifically, you were interested in guitar lessons, drumming lessons, and more academic clubs for year 5 and 6 children. In line with that, you were also looking to have fewer cancellations from our club providers and clearer communication about how places are offered to families. And that's feedback that we've already taken on board and really start to consider as we shape the offer for next year. So I'm really hoping that as we begin to launch our September club offer, that you can begin to see those changes trickling down, and more so again in the January and subsequent summer term offers. We've been working very hard as an academy to improve our communication methods, and many of you recognise that in the comments. Thank you. 91% of respondents said the school is well led and managed at all levels of the organisation, and again 91% of parents agreed they would recommend King's Cross Academy to another family, and both those figures are significantly up from last year, which is really reassuring for us. We read in the open text comments that the updates are more regular, the tone is more transparent, and leadership and teachers are more visible at all levels of the organisation. You've also flagged some really important areas where we can do better, and that was mainly around communicating last-minute changes to visits and trips, and dealing with some of the delays that happens in some of our communication methods. And the area that really stood out for that is when you send emails to some of our genetic inboxes, just making sure that you have timely acknowledgements and replies so that things can be dealt with very swiftly. Now, obviously, there's a range of areas that came up, but those just represent the general themes. Here's what we are looking to do next, and we'll try and capture those other next steps that are more specific to individuals in the detail of our school improvement plan. But for now, here is kind of a summary of what we'll be working towards next year. So the first area is behaviour and well-being. So we're going to be strengthening our approach to bullying and behaviour, making sure that everyone is clear on what is happening. Now, we have a really, really clear positive behaviour policy, and staff in the academy are very clear on how to respond to bullying and how to deal with instances of negative behaviour. However, what has become apparent is that shared clarity isn't quite there yet when it comes to the parent and pupil population. So one of the areas we'll be strengthening is making sure that although people are very clear on how positive praise is given at the Academy, that the same level of clarity is achieved around consequences and how we do restorative conversations and how we make things right following an incident. So we'll be doing some work with the parent and pupil community around that. We'll be working on our communication and ensuring that we have further clarity, for example, by providing more structured event communication and also considering easier ways to raise concerns with key members of the leadership team and teaching teams. We'll be continuing to look at our after-school offer and our events by reviewing our club booking system, introducing more musical and academic clubs, and reducing cancellations by tightening the quality assurance activities with providers. It's our hope that we can observe every club once a term in the next academic year to ensure both quality and rigour in the offer that we are giving children. We hope, as I've said, that you'll start to see these changes from the beginning of the new year. The next area is around meals. So we have heard from children and adults through both questionnaires your views on portion size and menu balance. So we'll continue our working relationship with chefs and schools and our in-house catering team to consider the quality, variety, and also to consider the way in which feedback can be given to us as a school catering team. So we'll be building in some meaningful feedback loops around school meals for both children and families. As part of that as well, we do hope to be able to get more parents in to try the school food option. And finally, parent partnerships. A theme that came out really strongly across the questionnaires was around the PTA. So we're really keen to bring back that old PTA energy, which was very clearly missed according to the comments. So next year we'll be working with the amazing PTA that have been ever so committed to us this year to relaunch the Parent Teacher Association with regular meetings, clear defined roles and more co-planned events. However, it's a double-edged sword because, of course, to do this, we will need to widen and increase participation from a large pool of parents. At the moment, there's a very small group of parents trying to do lots of different work. So in order to achieve a more active PTA, we really do need to engage a higher proportion of our parent community. So I want to end this video by just saying a massive thank you for all of your support and collaboration across the year. We've only got 3 and a bit weeks left, which is quite frightening in a way because we've still got quite a lot to get through. It's been wonderful getting to work with you and your children, and I know I've said this a few times, but I really do see this position and opportunity as a real privilege. Being the head at KCA is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I really do not take it for granted. So thank you again for all of you who have provided your feedback. If you didn't get a chance to fill in the questionnaire and do want to give us some feedback, please do pop along. We've got one more Head Teacher Coffee Morning coming up this academic year. But of course, you can always ping an email to headteacher@kingscrossacademy.org.uk. We're happy to receive feedback all times of year. If I don't see you before summer, I'm sure I will. But if I don't, I hope you have a really restful break and we'll see you ready to go again in September. Thank you.